Our next featured guest for Insight is a deeper appreciation for something or someone, hails from America. Thank you very much for participating. Learners, watch the video, and after you're done, ask yourself the question, make a comment below. What have you learned?
I am Michael. You can find me on Instagram, English Guru underscore Michael. As I introduce myself, English Guru Michael. You can call me Michael, Teacher Michael, Mike. Doesn't make too much of a difference to me. But let's get to some of these questions, shall we? So the first question, what's your name? I'm Michael. Where are you from? I am from America. I grew up in the state of New Hampshire. If anybody doesn't know where New Hampshire is, it's a pretty small state. It's close to the city of Boston. So, for example, when I fly home, I live in Dubai. I fly home sometimes. I fly to Boston, and I get picked up from there. But New Hampshire, it's a small state. It's a very important state politically. Anybody who follows politics, the New Hampshire primaries are very important for politicians. And as far as the city of Boston goes, very big sports town. Last year in 2018, the Boston Red Sox, the baseball team, won the World Series. They won the championship. And then 3 months later, American football, the Super Bowl, almost forgot the name. The Super Bowl, the New England Patriots won the Super Bowl for the 6th time. So I had to say that. I'm a Boston guy. I had to give a big shout out to our Boston sports teams. Boston Red Sox, New England Patriots. There's also the Celtics and the Bruins. We'll see how they do this season. Maybe they can make something. But anyways, that answers that question. All right, what's your favorite food? You know, I probably would have told you pizza. And growing up from childhood to my mid-20s, maybe even my late 20s, it was pizza, without a doubt. Particularly in university and after I graduated university, I had pizza at least once a day, sometimes twice a day, sometimes twice a day. Lunch and dinner, sometimes even for breakfast. Cold pizza the next day, amazing. More recently, I've been on a red curry kick, and specifically Thai red curry, whether it's chicken, vegetable, or beef. In the past week, I believe I've had Thai red curry 3 times, and I've only had pizza twice. So, recently, I think if you were to ask me what's your favorite food, originally I would have said pizza, and pizza's still very close, but I think I'm a big fan for Thai red curry. And I think it's a little healthier. I'd have to Google that and find out for sure, so don't quote me on that. But just thinking generally, Thai red curry, gotta be a little healthier than pizza. Unless it's fresh Italian pizza. Then those fresh ingredients make a big difference as opposed to some of your chains like Pizza Hut or Domino's. But what's your favorite day of the week? All right. So my favorite day of the week, I guess I would have to say Friday. Now here in Dubai, the weekend is Friday and Saturday. In a lot of Western countries, the weekend is Saturday, Sunday. In some countries, is even Thursday, Friday, for example. But basically, the first day of the 2-day weekend, in my case here in Dubai, that's Friday. Now, I love teaching as well. However, at the end of the week, it's nice to have a day off. I can refresh. I can recharge the batteries. It's Friday, so I can sleep in a little bit. And I don't have work the next day either, so I can stay up a little later and not worry about having to go to work the next day. So my favorite day of the week, I have to say Friday. I just want to add this, though. My second favorite day of the week is Sunday. Now, that's the first day of the work week here in Dubai. So for a lot of Western countries in the United States where I'm from, that would be Monday. But the first day of the work week is actually my second favorite day of the week. That might sound crazy to some people. A lot of people have this idea in their head, I hate Mondays. Mondays are terrible. Mondays are the worst. I think if that's somebody's point of view, they should hang on to the job they have for now, but continue to search for something better. or at least search for something that'll make you look forward to going into work. I'm a teacher. I love teaching. I look forward to going into work, so I look forward to Sunday. That being said, I also enjoy my time off. So my favorite day is Friday. My second favorite day of the week is Sunday. So what's your favorite day of the week? For me, it's got to be Friday. And then the first day of the week as well. I do like going into work, and I think everybody should. Remember, most of us are going to spend 5 out of 7 days of our lives at work. Why not love it? Why not look forward to it? All right, the next question is, what is your favorite movie? And the first thing that comes to my mind is A Few Good Men. I believe this was 1992 when it came out. If you haven't seen A Few Good Men, it's a drama. I don't want to get into the story too much, but it follows a storyline. I like a movie with a good story, an interesting story, and A Few Good Men was fantastic. It has Tom Cruise, Kevin Bacon, Demi Moore, and of course Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson has an amazing performance in that movie. Anybody who's seen that movie knows what I'm talking about, particularly the court scene between Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise. That court scene is a very famous scene in movie history.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled to.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Jack Nicholson just steals the show. I mean, he plays an amazing role. Tom Cruise, Kevin Bacon, Demi Moore, they all do a great job, but Jack Nicholson just stole the show with his acting performance in A Few Good Men. So what's your favorite movie? A Few Good Men. I do just want to quickly give a shout out to The Sting. That's probably my second favorite movie. The Sting. That one is with Robert Redford and Paul Newman. I believe it was released in the 1970s. It came out in the 1970s. And it's set in the 1920s. It's been a couple of years since I've seen that, actually. I probably need to watch it again. But that's another great story. A lot of twists, turns, surprises. A big surprise ending, but just a great movie from beginning to end. The Sting. It's a classic. I would put it that way. That's a movie that we could call a classic. So, I notice with a lot of these questions, I keep giving you 2 answers. Your favorite food, I give you 2. Favorite day of the week, I give you 2. Favorite movie, I give you 2. The next one, I'll just give you 1 answer for this next question. This next question is, what do you think is the most important invention of the 20th century? For me, I have to say the airplane, for a number of reasons. But the big thing is that it just completely changed the way that we travel. I can go from Dubai to Boston in 14 hours. Boston to Dubai in 12 because of the jet stream. Makes it a little quicker to get back. But that's amazing. A lot of people would complain about that. Oh, 14 hours just sitting on an airplane? That must be terrible. It's not terrible. It's awesome. I made it from Dubai to Boston in 14 hours. Think about what that would have been 100 years ago. You have to get on a boat. The boat is in horrible condition. And now you just get on an airplane. I can sleep very well. And the rest of the time I just watch movies. I have a couple of meals, watch a few movies, take a nap, and boom, I'm in Boston. So I think the most important invention was the airplane. It has completely changed international travel. And it's made a lot of things possible that were not possible before. All right. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? To read my wife's mind. All right. I could say to read minds, but I would have to do it. If I could read my wife's mind and always know exactly what to do, exactly what to say, that would make my life easier, I'm sure, for a lot of people as well. No, she's great. Joking about that. I never really thought about that. If I could have a superhero, a superpower, what would it be? I think I'd love to fly. I mean, I think everybody would love to fly, so it would be nice to have that ability, the ability to fly. That would make commuting to work a lot easier, cut out a lot of the Dubai traffic, although traffic in every city. Could be a nightmare. So it'd be nice just to be able to cut out traffic, go from point A to point B. I wouldn't need an airplane anymore. So I think my answer to that question would actually be the ability to fly. A lot of things you could do with that. A lot of things you could do. Who is the one person you would like to meet? Hard for me to answer that, although right now what comes to my mind is Tom Brady. If anybody who doesn't know who Tom Brady is, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that the New England Patriots, the American football team, just won the Super Bowl for the 6th time. All 6 of those Super Bowls have been with Tom Brady as the quarterback. Now, if anybody who's not familiar with American football, the quarterback is probably the most important position on the team. And this guy, Tom Brady, he has been with the Patriots for almost 20 years, which is insane. He's 41 years old. He might be 42 now. But that's quite old to still be playing in the league. It's incredible what he's been doing. Very impressive. Just all around, what can I say? I'm a big Patriots fan. All around great guy. If you're not a Patriots fan, though, a lot of people actually don't like him. But I think they're just jealous because he has 6 championships. He's married to a supermodel. People are just jealous of his perfect lifestyle. So, but he's great. They call him the GOAT, G-O-A-T, greatest of all time. All right, if you had $1 million, what would you do with the money? Well, a lot of people have this answer. I would have to say I would put at least some of it into a travel fund. I'm sure I'll put some of it into a college fund for my kids, some of it into a retirement fund. I'd probably buy a car. Nothing fancy. I have no need for a Ferrari, no need for a Maserati. I don't need a fancy sports car. And if you start doing that with $1 million, that's going to disappear very quickly. I'd probably buy something like a Subaru XV. That would be a perfect car for me because it could get me around town, and I love going camping, so it would be useful for off-roading, a 4-wheel drive. By the way, Subaru is not paying me, although if anybody from Subaru is watching and they want to, I am perfectly available for hire. I could do some advertisements for you. But I was giving that as an example, a Subaru XV. It's not too expensive, but I would be able to pay for it all in cash. All right, I wouldn't have to worry about a car payment. That would be peace of mind for me. Not have to worry about making car payments every month. Just pay it all up front, and even a house too. Again, I'm not going to buy a big mansion. I don't need that. Just a moderate-sized house. If I could pay for it all up front, pay for it all in cash, and never have to worry about a mortgage payment, that would make my life a lot easier. And I'm sure it would for a lot of people. So after I bought a moderate car and a moderate house, I'd probably go traveling for a little while. I'd go to every continent. I think I would start with Europe, though. I do have plans to go to South America and Africa and Asia. I think I would start with Europe, though. Get Europe out of the way and then go from there. So after I took care of the necessities, I'd go traveling. All right. So now we're going to get into some questions more related to the English language. And I only have a couple of minutes left, so I want to touch on these. One of the questions is, why do you think English is important to learn? I don't like saying that it's important to learn because I'm a native speaker, I'm a native English speaker, and I shouldn't say that you have to learn the language or you have to learn English. Nobody has to. I happen to be born as a native speaker, but I feel like it's a little arrogant of me to suggest that other people have to. But one thing I like about what I do is I teach adults. And adults come to me not because they have to, but because they want to. Now, there are a lot of people that come to me because they want to, and there are reasons why people would want to. Social reasons, particularly here in Dubai. Most people speak English as they come from all different countries. and all different mother tongues that they use English as a medium. And they do that a lot in other countries. Somebody from Sweden and somebody from France are doing business together. Well, one doesn't speak French, the other doesn't speak Swedish. A lot of times they would do their business in English. So that's one of the reasons why, for business reasons, particularly for those doing international business, some degree of English is important. It's good to learn a second language, though. Very good to learn a second language. It's good for your brain, good for your, I guess, yeah, that's it, good for knowledge, great for your brain, and it could just make you an overall smarter person, a more well-rounded person, learning a second language, no matter what it be. Any favorite idioms? I can't think of an idiom at the moment that I really love. I do teach idioms in my class from time to time. Very recently in my conversation class, I was teaching proverbs. And there are a few proverbs that I love using. One of the proverbs that I love to use is, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I don't have time to explain that right now, but that's one of my favorite proverbs. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I also love, don't put all your eggs into one basket. That's another proverb that I love using. Don't put all your eggs into one basket. But I decided, instead of saying an idiom, I thought about proverbs. I very recently had a conversation class where we're going through a lot of proverbs. All right. Why did you become a teacher? Well, in 2010, I was having some itchy feet. I was in America. I wanted to get out. I wanted to explore the world. I had a few friends that were in Korea teaching English, and they told me, Michael, it's great out here. The job's great. The country's great. So I followed suit. And I went to Korea, and I fell in love with teaching. And I fell in love with a woman. We got married. We ended up coming to Dubai, and I'm here teaching now as well. Now that I'm in Dubai, I'm teaching adults. I was teaching children in Korea, which is great. But I really love teaching adults because they have an appreciation for the language, and they have an appreciation for learning. And it's very rewarding, particularly when I can see that they're learning and that they appreciate what I'm teaching and how I'm helping. So that's why I continue to be a teacher even now. All right, how would you describe Teacher Will? He is amazing. He is great. He is wonderful. He is the best. I really appreciate him giving me the opportunity to be part of this We Learn Together series. So thank you again, Teacher Will, for allowing me to be a part of this series. Hopefully you learned something from today's We Learn Together series. I know I spoke a little fast. Hopefully, if English is not your first language, you're able to keep up. I was trying to answer as much as possible and give as much detail as possible. I always try to teach that to my students. Maybe not teach that, but encourage my students to elaborate a little more. So, for example, if you get a question, what is your favorite food? People could just say steak, pizza, and then go to the next question. But I always try to encourage my students, all right, give a little bit more detail on each answer. Yeah, you can answer it in 1 or 2 words, but elaborate a little more. So I was trying to do that. That's my style as a teacher anyways. So thank you for your time. And thank you again, Teacher Will. This has been fun. This is English Guru Michael. You can find me on Instagram. So thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you all later.